In this series on beginning play skills, we showed you how to teach your child 3 very specific play skills that lead to complex social and friendship skills: making eye contact, manipulating materials, and sharing the materials. In the last part of this series, we're going to show you how to put all those 3 skills together within a single toy set. But before we do that, we're going to give you a quick review on each of the 3 sets and show you different materials that you can use to practice those further. Very young children learn to follow their caregivers' voices and to look at their faces because good things happen when they do so, like their caregiver feeding them, singing a song, continuing a favorite game. If your child doesn't do that, then he's missing out on opportunities to request things as part of a game or to have the fun continue before he's able to talk about it. And furthermore, children who are able to use those skills can approach their caregivers when they're not already engaged with them and begin an interaction by looking at them. So we want to show your child how he can do this so that even when you're playing with something else or you're engaged with other tasks around the house, he'll come up to you to start an interaction. In the segment from this series on eye contact, we used a ball drop toy to show you how to teach your child to make eye contact as you're playing. Today we're going to show you a variety of toys that you can use to play that with, and I want to show some examples with each toy on how to use eye contact rather than just getting the items within each toy. So some examples we have here are bubbles. With bubbles, you can hold them up and take the wand partially out, wait for the child to look, and then blow the bubbles. Or you can pause after each blow, get on their level, catch their eyes, and then blow them again. With a shape sorter set like this, you can pass your child the items, but you can also show them how when you push the button, the shape flies out, and do a few of those and wait for their anticipation for the next one, and as soon as you catch their eye contact, push the next one down. With a gear set like this, again, you can pass them the items, or you can give them a choice between the items and see which one they look at, and then when they look at you, pass it to them. Or you can have it set up, and if they enjoy watching the gears turn around, do it a little bit, pause, and then as soon as they look, do it some more. With a pop-up set like this, again, you can start the cause and effect game and then wait for them to look before you pop each one. And with a rainmaker like this, you can take turns passing it back and forth and shaking it more the more that they look, and then pause, hold it a little bit and wait for them to look or come to you, and then give it back to them. When you're practicing eye contact, sometimes it might be hard to capture your child's eye contact. You don't want the fun to stop though, just because they might not be looking at you at that time. So for example, if you hold out one of the swords and your child isn't looking and maybe you move a little bit to try to capture their eyes, but you're not able to, just put the sword in yourself and keep the fun going and move your body and try to capture it this next time. Or if they're not able to look at you when you're passing them in an item, you can hold the item up to your face and see if they'll look at it there. And then even if they don't look at your eyes, as long as they're looking in the general area of your face, pass them the item. Again, you want the interactions with you to keep going and not stop just if they're not quite able to do it at that time, and then change what you're doing to make it easier for them to do it. One last thing to remember, it can be really tempting to give your child directions as you're playing, but we don't want them to ever be looking at us because we're telling them to look at us. We don't want them to respond to, look at me, look at mommy, over here. We want them to look at us because them looking spontaneously helps them get the things that they want and need. So if you find yourself giving your child any directions during the play, make sure that you keep it specific to the items or describing what they're doing, but don't tell them to do it.